5,866 is where the Nifty is trading at. It's about 0.25% higher. The Bank Nifty is actually blinking red and green. So 53,782 is where the Nifty Bank is at. Absolutely flat, nothing at all. The Sensex up 125 points, 84,670. So it's a more measured kind of a start. Though GIFT Nifty was kind of getting us all a little wild with those with that sort of lure of 150 plus kind of gain. It's not. I mean, it's 70 points to begin the day with, which usually is a better way to start rather than a very exuberant start, and then you spend the rest of the day trying to defend those gains or give in. We've got the heat map on your screen as well. It's mostly all green, just 3 stocks in the red at this point in time. Sribhi.
Okay, I'm looking at actually some interesting bounce back on both Vodafone Idea and Indus Towers. Both these stocks are up and about between 4% to 6-7% actually. So pretty interesting recovery after the initial slam dunk when the AGR ruling came through. And also watch for Adani Total Gas, because they've managed to get international loans worth almost, I think, 375 million, if I remember the right numbers, for the expansion of their city gas distribution network. So Adani Total Gas, a stock we haven't discussed so far, that's also up and about. But on the large cap screen, a 100-point move on the Nifty, and leading it from the front would be Mahindra & Mahindra, Bharti Airtel, Divi's, SBI Life, Shriram Finance, HDFC Life. So very diverse set of stocks. First trend being that life insurers, they're having a good start to the session, and M&M is continuing its great form, almost 2% up over there. The banks are actually sitting right in the middle. The Bank Nifty is quiet, flat. SBI, Kotak, it's got some gains around it, about 0.5% up on both of these stocks. HDFC Bank also about 0.5% higher. So it's an easy start for the banks. Let's see if they can build on it. Axis is the one that's not really performing, and ICICI Bank is preventing a wider move on the Bank Nifty. That's the one that's playing spoil sport. And then the other trend for the morning at least is that IT is not participating, not right now. IT is sitting on the fence with a bit of a negative downside. Not a major cut on IT, but let's see. If ICICI Bank decides to move higher, and if IT decides to move higher, then who knows, maybe we get to that milestone of 26,000.
All right, well, keep an eye out on a couple of stocks in the broader markets. Fusion Microfinance, the stock is down close to 9%. The street doesn't like the fact that, in fact, they're guiding for asset quality worries going ahead. Just take a look at that. The stock is slammed now. In fact, it's down close to around 9% on very, very large volume. So that's one stock that we're tracking. On the flip side, SBFC Finance, the stock is up close to around 8%. The volumes are massive on that one. The stock is gaining as we speak. Vodafone Idea, the stock is up 6.5%. The opening was around 11 rupees 30 paise. The problem is that there is some panic among those that took the stock at around 11 rupees. Well, there could possibly be some selling. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that stock. ITD Cementation, there is hope. There could be a suitor that comes in, and maybe there's a large one that comes in there. So after the big run that we saw last week, the stock, I think, is making a fresh 52-week high today. And now it's above the price at which the earlier disclosure had come about, when the promoter entity said that they'll probably be looking for a buyer. So I think it's the first time that the stock is trading about that level. If I remember correctly, the stock was around 570 at that point of time, now trading about those levels. HFCL, that's another one that we had good news coming in over the weekend. So that's up close to around 4%. And you have Kochi Shipyard as well. That's up close to around 3%. Fusion Microfinance, though, that's the one that's getting a sharp knock today. Now down close to around 10%.
Well, yeah, absolutely. There is, it was always the cheap microfinance stock, and there's a lot of interest around this at one point in time. But I guess it was and remained cheap for a reason. Of course, getting cheaper now, depending on how you look at it. So that's Fusion for you. 75 points now on the Nifty. We've got 25,870 at this point in time. I think we got I think our market master is with us as well. So we'll just go across to him. Maybe just a quick look at any other names we may want to highlight. We were discussing the telecom names right before start. Idea and Indus Tower, are the two biggest volume-led gainers right now. We were sort of talking about this with Mitesh. HFCL, I think we mentioned 4% gain there. SBFC, we did make a mention. Mankind Pharma is up 4%. We'll have the management join us in a little bit from now. There is Share India, which is up about 4%, 333 on that one. VIP Industries, a luggage maker, 5%, 524. But I mean, I can find more names here on the down as I go down the list, but volumes are a little lacking. The big gains last week came through in Reliance Infrastructure. Basically 50% in a month on Reliance Infra. It's the number one volume traded mover, but is down 1.5% this morning. And then you've got these RVNL, IRFC, MGL, PSUs, REITs. I mean, they're all down between 1.5% or so. I was talking about IIFL earlier. IIFL is down about 1.25%. So, I mean, 6-7% move on IIFL, and it's already seeing some profit booking here. So we'll see if there's anything else here. So that's a bunch of names as we start today's Monday morning session. 88 on the Nifty, 25,880.